Hi Aquarius, welcome to your mid-October 2019 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. So we're having a full moon, and I'm saying this in the future tense because I'm recording this before the actual event. Full moon in Aries, 20 degrees Aries, is it? Yeah, I think so. On the 13th. And so what is this going to be in your third house? So you might be finishing a training course. You might be finishing a novel or something like that. I don't know. Finishing your website that you're building. Okay. Heart of the matter, pardon the pun, Three of Swords. This can indicate somebody who is feeling the desire to cut something off very, I never know quite the word to use. Decisively, there's another word. Not just swiftly or decisively, but cleanly, a clean break from something. Sometimes this can be heart surgery if that's something that you have been anticipating. And I mean, it can be something, physical, but it can also be a feeling of heartbreak, a feeling of rejection. And it doesn't have to be in your love life, for sure. As a matter of fact, I'm getting vibes here of the workplace, because we have the Queen of Wands looming in the top right, and this could be that boss that is maybe even competitive. Sometimes bosses are, what's another word for boss? Like you're the manager, the I was going to say the overseer, can be quite competitive even with their employees. So, like, oh, this person's showing me up, so I'm going to be more of a drama queen. But anyway, let's just keep going. I'll figure this out. Past position, Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of maybe being well paid where you work and feeling a sense of financial independence. So sometimes that can be quite challenging because it tempts you. Perhaps you got passed over for a promotion and that was your dream, to be financially independent. Excuse me. Or you might have gotten a demotion, or a demotion meaning you were put on part-time and you were full-time or something like that. But it's not talking about your work performance causing that, but just they're trying to cut the expenses or whatever you want to call it, and that could threaten your finances and the way that you perceive yourself, because you might feel like, oh wow, I was able to pay all my bills and now I'm going to have to rely on my partner's income, and then that creates its own set of problems. There was something else. Well, if this is a personal relationship, it could be like a lover's triangle. And the thing is that it's hard to say by the Three of Swords which part, where you're at in this, and it could go many different ways. When I'm doing these readings, I'm trying to be as universal as possible to appeal to as many people as I can. And in like I want to call them threesomes, but of course that's not the proper term. It's these lovers triangles, one person could be married and then the other person is engaged in that extramarital affair with the married person. Who are you in this triad? Are you the other woman or other man? And are you waiting for this person to leave their partner and you're feeling like maybe they make the choice, I'm going to stay in my marriage, and you feel rejected? Or are you in this scenario and you're tempted, you're like, I just want to get out of this marriage and I just want to leave this person. The Nine of Pentacles could be an earth sign individual that you're involved with, a Virgo. I always think of Virgo. But Capricorn and Taurus, I was like drawing a blank there, are the other earth signs. And yet there's the possibility that the Nine of Pentacles represents your current state where you are financially independent, and being in that situation, you don't really need this anymore. If you're like, let's say you're a woman, I always get there's that feminine vibe because they drew a woman in that picture. Let's say you're a woman and your husband is engaged in an extramarital affair, and you're hanging in there hoping that he'll choose you, and then you decide, I don't need him. As a matter of fact, this is the higher message. This, what I was thinking of? That song, I Will Survive. I really was. I was thinking of that because there's a sense of confidence with this woman. And it's like the fire energy is associated with confidence. So it's like that Gloria Gaynor song, I will survive. No matter what you decide to do, I'm going to be okay. And even in a work situation, if you declare that there's no, that you are protected by the universe, or that the universe owes you a living, the universe has your back, I think you will be. I think let the universe sort out the details. You just stay confident and you will survive that as well. Can you tell that I've already come up with my title for this video? What crosses you is the Nine of Wands, and this is a card of the person who is the sentinel at the gate, kind of guarding their themselves in some way, protecting themselves. And as the card that is challenging you, this can indicate that you have to be careful not to let down your guard right now. Because an example would be if you decide to leave a relationship that is where you feel degraded because you feel like your partner's inability to decide between you and another person is lowering your self-esteem. And it's not to say that anybody has that power over another person, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's going to not feel so good if somebody is like, I wonder what I should do, and is really that confused about the situation. So you may feel dissed. You may feel like you're second best, and you don't like that feeling. And Aquarius is a very independent sign in and of itself. But remember, we have other influences. And sometimes when somebody has inner planets like Mercury, Venus, and or Mars, in your case in Pisces, which is adjacent to you, that can in particular make you more sensitive and vulnerable to this kind of situation. But it doesn't mean that you're helpless. It doesn't mean that you're incapable of cutting something off very decisively if you deem that it is injurious to your well-being. And that's the important thing. So not laying down your guard means that somebody could try to ingratiate themselves with you right when you've made that decision to leave. And you're like, ah, you know, and that's what these people do. Now, the Queen of Wands, even in the upright position, is this person a narcissist? Is this person, if this is another person, they may be full of themselves and they want to have that power, the petty tyrant that needs the power. And when you decide to reject that treatment, then they come with all the, you know, niceties, trying to lure you back into their web. So you have to be careful not to be manipulated by somebody because they decide that, you know, you're onto them and they're going to try to be, pretend to be nice. What's coming in is the Eight of Pentacles. This could be like a training course. As a matter of fact, when I was talking about that full moon, this does correspond to the third house where that full moon is occurring in Aries. You know, full moons, I mean, usually it's bringing something to culmination, so it'd be more of a graduation from a course than beginning a course, but you never know. Just any kind of activation, if we want to broaden it like that. And where you decide that you're going to train in something else. Now, whether or not you're leaving is a different story, but you may decide that you're going to get a specific training that makes you recession proof, or, well, we're not in a recession by any stretch of the imagination, but makes you pretty much unemployment proof because it's something that is in high demand, or just something that you really want to do and you just know that if you pour your heart into it, you're going to get what you want. Because perhaps even if you have been somehow rejected for a promotion or had your hours cut or something like that, it could be the universe's way of nudging you in a different direction. And if you like really look at the higher meaning of this, I would say even with the Queen of Wands, you might be doing something for yourself. Maybe you're starting your own business and you need, so this could be like you working very hard on something. It's a card of financial, well, you know, prosperity. So it's a good money card as well. And the outcome is the Seven of Swords, kind of like a thief in the night, kind of, you know, kind of slinking out of a difficult situation. It might be like strategizing for your exit out of a certain situation, be it a personal relationship or a job, and you getting all your ducks lined up maybe, and something to that effect. Okay, Aquarius, that's what I have for you. I hope that you resonated with this, at least in part. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.